Dear Nobody, my birthday is next week, and I'm in this weird space where I'm not old, but I'm also not young either. Welcome back to Dear Nobody podcast and happy December, everyone. I cannot believe it's already the 4th of December. Time flies so fast, but also it moves slow at the same time. Isn't it fascinating? It always feels like that. Some months and some parts of the year, it will be so fast, and then at some parts of the months, it will be so slow. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. But December is special for me. I love this month because it's a month full of love, gifts, gatherings, and also, ding 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 ding, my birthday month. Oh my god, I'm turning older next week, guys. So, in the light of my birthday, I want to talk about what getting older means to me, birthday culture differences between Indonesia and America, and how sometimes it can be a little bit confusing because you feel old and young at the same time. Oh my god. Did you hear that? That's New York right there. There's a lot of sirens going on. Getting older or having a birthday is such a blessing in my perspective because we get to have more time to experience life, especially with the people we love. Life is more fun when you have that certain someone or something to look forward to. The people who are a part of your life truly enhance your experience of living. I have lived life in both ways. One is alone for a long period of time, like not having that certain someone you're always with. And two is also having that constant someone in your life, like a roommate or your best friend. Most of the time, I remember moments better when I'm experiencing them with others because emotions highlight memories and emotions emphasize certain moments in life and make them more memorable. That's why you remember those moments that you hang out with your friends, those fun moments, because you were actually happy. And if you're sad, you will remember that. If you're hurt, like all of those emotions really highlight and categorizes the memories you have and the moments that you have in life. I'm not saying being alone is bad, and as I said in my previous episode, being alone is extremely valuable, and I respect people who enjoy solitude. If you want to hear more about this topic, go listen to episode 2. It's called Sometimes All You Need Is to Be Alone. I think it's a great episode, especially if you don't spend a lot of time alone. So give it a listen. Anyway, let's get back on track. Growing up, I used to really look forward to my birthdays. I would get so much attention, so much love. Like, I feel like a princess for the day because of the love and attention that they gave me. And the cake, I mean, who doesn't like cakes? And what I love the most is presents. I love presents, but not any kind of presents. I love when someone gives me something thoughtful, like something that shows they listened and cared, like my wish list or something that I need at that moment that I didn't see that I needed. Like, I love those types of presents. I think they are the best kinds of gifts. The cherry on top is handwritten cards because they show time, effort, and intention. That's why I always like whenever I do birthday cards, I would always handwritten them one by one. And the words, my wishes for them and like my hope, it's always unique per person. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like it really shows how much you care. And I think they're the best kind of gifts. Oh, and also when people are more excited about your birthday than you are, I feel that is a blessing in itself. I'm so blessed to have experienced my friends or my loved ones are getting even more excited about my birthday than I am. I think that's so beautiful. It shows the dynamic, the genuine relationship between you two. Whether it's your friends, significant other, or family, that kind of experience is amazing to have. Like, imagine someone is celebrating it harder when you achieve something. That means they truly care. You can see who truly cares for you based on their gifts or also based on how excited they are on your birthday. And I'm also the same way. When someone I care about has a birthday, I will think ahead of time. I will pick the gifts intentionally, really curated just for them, uniquely for them. Like if someone loves dogs, I will look for a dog themed birthday card or maybe even one with the same breed they own. I always like to do that. I think it's very thoughtful and sweet. I just love imagining them when they open the card and you just feel that joyfulness. It's and they're smiling. I love that. So that's why I really put a lot of time with finding the best kind of birthday cards whenever someone that I care for has their birthday or even anything. And really, like if they're graduating or something, I would also pick the one that I think they will like. It's the little things that matters, honestly. As we grow older, life gets so busy sometimes. You even forget your own birthday at times. Isn't that crazy? Like when we were little, we were so excited and very stoked of literally having and celebrating our birthdays. But now we have school, we have work, we have responsibilities, pets, everything. They take up so much time. And some people also already have children at my age. Yeah, we're getting busier and busier as we grow older until at a certain age where you retire and basically you don't really have anything to do anymore. But we're not talking about that age yet. Sometimes I don't even realize it's my birthday until someone says happy birthday or like text me like happy birthday, Sally. And I would be like, oh my God, it's already my birthday. Isn't that a little sad though? Like, we used to be so excited, counting down the days, and now we don't even feel the last moments before turning into a new age. Like, like I I feel like we always think ahead in every scenarios in life. Like, oh my God, I cannot wait to be 21 when we were 17, or I cannot wait when I'm 15 when I'm like 8 or something. Like, we always think way ahead and wishing something that we are not yet. So I was thinking that maybe it's better to normalize slowing down during your birthday week and let yourself feel the transition. We are not aging backwards. We're never ever gonna be our previous age again. Like me, I'm turning 24 and I won't be 23 anymore soon. I am still 23. And I just want to let that sink in because no one really tells you how important it is to close your previous age chapter. Like most of the time, the experiences that I have with birthdays, I always will have this realization I'm actually X years old now on my birthday or even like few days after my birthday. I never really gave myself time to emotionally from the previous age and then to the upcoming age that I will become. So definitely this year I'm trying to be more mindful, reflect more and live my last bits of being 23 years old girl and close the curtains properly. I never really tried this before, but I really want to give it a try, so I'll let you know how it goes. I just want to be prepared, like mentally prepared, and also I will never have a chance to properly say goodbye to being 23 if not now, you know? Living in the US made me develop a habit of celebrating it twice, like once in the US and then once in Indonesia, because usually when I have my birthday, I would always be in the US. I would be still in school because the semester hasn't ended yet. And so when school ends, I go back to Indonesia and celebrate it there. But by then, when I came back to Indonesia, sometimes it would always most likely very near Christmas. So I just ended up not really giving it as much of a priority. And sometimes I would also meet my family halfway in Europe or elsewhere. The US and Indonesia, they're so far apart. Why not we just meet somewhere where it's like equal amount of distance, you know? So yeah, so it's not really a birthday anymore. It became a whole birth month. And I really like that. I feel we need to give ourselves the whole month because the whole day is not enough. Sometimes you want to celebrate it with your friends and also family. So you will need those times and not like pushing everything in 1 week. I think it's kind of impossible, especially in one day. I think it's impossible, honestly. Give it a try with birth month because I've been doing that and I loved it. I feel like I'm always having this birthday dinners, but it's actually really nice, especially if you have a lot of different types of group friends, which I have. That will always be a good idea. Back home in Indonesia, people would always throw big, I'm talking about massive parties when someone is turning 17. And it's called a sweet 17th birthday. I think it's most probably because the legal age there is 17. And with this age, you can drink, you can drive, you can get a driver's license, like literally everything, you are legal there. So it's a huge deal. It's like in the States, when you turn 21, the world suddenly opens a lot of doors to you. Like you can do everything. You're free, basically. For my 17th birthday, at first, I did not even want to celebrate my birthday at all back then because I thought it would just cost too much money. And I just wanted to have like an intimate dinner with my inner family and my grandmas. And I was totally fine with that idea. But both of my mom and my sister, they were like, nuh-uh. They did not sit well with this idea. So after a while of convincing, they changed my mind and I ended up agreeing to celebrate. But I knew for sure that I didn't want anything extravagant, like a party. So we ended up having this beautiful, formal, fancy dinner with platings, balloons, photographer, videographer, games, host, like with probably around 50-ish people, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really remember the exact details, but I think that has been probably the most people I have celebrated my birthday with until this day. And I'm not counting like the birthday parties that my parents threw me when I was 1 or like 5 years old. I didn't really remember those birthdays, but I do remember vaguely about my fifth birthday party because I had this one moment where there was a clown. I was so scared about that clown, but I kept it cool. I don't know. I have a full video about it. I need to rewatch that before I turn 24. But that was so funny because I was deep inside. I was like, oh my God, I'm so scared. But I tried to play it cool. And probably my face was like saying mixed signals. So, anyway. So, my 17th birthday celebration was exactly what I wanted it to be. an intimate but still holds a significant place in the journeys of my birthdays, because that was a lot of people. You probably might think right now, like, Sally, 50 people is not intimate. Well, let me tell you that back then, around like 2014, 2015, a normal 17th birthday party is already like a massive wedding. And I'm not kidding. A huge party. Like, I'm talking about performances that you give, gowns, holding it in a ballroom that's filled with people. Everyone, you just invite everyone. Projectors, lightings, videographer, like literally everything is there. It is exactly similar to the ballroom weddings that you see right now. It was exactly like that. I'm not even kidding. It's extremely extravagant. Sometimes it even turns into a talent show, because the person who has their birthday, they would show off their talents. And yeah, I don't even know what to say anymore. But it was like that. It was huge. It's like in the Crazy Rich Asian movie where they have this extravagant, beautiful wedding. Picture that whole wedding thing as a 17th birthday party celebration. But I don't really know much about it right now. Like in this year, 2025, I think it's not as concentrated as before to celebrate your sweet 17th birthday in a big, massive party way. Or also, it could be that I'm already older and I have like a gap between 17 and 23. So I don't really know how they do 17th birthday celebrations anymore. But definitely, turning 17 is still a big deal for Indonesians. That is for sure. A huge culture difference is that I was shocked when I came to the States is paying the bills when celebrating. Because in my culture in Indonesia, the birthday person or the host always, most likely they will always treat the guest. So the guest wouldn't spend any money at all. It's basically like a free meal for joining the celebration. So the one who's paying is the host. However, in America, I have realized that it's completely different. So in America, the guest paid for the birthday person's meal. Sometimes they would divide it equally amongst themselves, and other times, if it's like a big party or of like a lot of people, only the close friends that are paying for the birthday person. This was something that really boggles my brain. Like, I get the logic that, let's say, me, the birthday girl, I get it that if it's my birthday, I get to be treated like a princess, so I don't need to spend a dime, whatever it is, and everything is free for me. It totally makes sense. But it also makes a lot of sense that as a host, I have to pay for everything for my guest. If I was a guest, it will be it will be so nice to have a free meal. I'm just saying that. But yeah, I think that's like both ways make sense, but it definitely took me a lot of time. So whenever I am invited to one of my friends' birthdays, I do not know whether I'm paying for my own meal or not. Like, I just don't know. I will never know until the dinner is ended. That's when I know whether I'm paying or not. But also, in Indonesia, some restaurants are relatively way cheaper than in the States. Like, especially if you compare it to a really good restaurants in New York, along with the tips and the taxes. Also, take this with a grain of salt, because with the flux prices in Indo now, I think it's getting crazy high. It depends on the restaurants you go to, but definitely if you compare it to like a really good, high rated restaurants in New York, it will cost a lot more in New York. So I get it if the host doesn't want to pay everyone's meal, during their birthday, I totally get it because it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. This is also for me. I need to figure out for celebrating my birthday dinner next week. I don't know how it will go. So, anyway, I know I'm not old, but I'm not young either. Next week, I will be 24. And 24 is an age where you're not old, but you're not young either. It's like you're in the middle of a bridge standing, not quite close to the start of the bridge, but also not close to the ending of the bridge. It's a year where I see my friends are getting married, engaged, proposed, working, and some, like me, are still studying. They call this age as quote unquote young adult, where you are expected to be on your best behavior because you know manners at this point in life. You're not a kid anymore. And people also expect you to have your life sorted out already. Like magically having a stable income just because you're already 24. Like, come on, bro. It's not realistic. I think this is an awkward age where you are kind of experienced somewhat in life, but also you're just starting out your life. In some scenarios, like mine, example, most of us will be freshly graduated from school and starting to experience the full-time work-life job. Except if you want to pursue higher degrees like a doctorate program or like PhD or a DMA, then you will still be a student. If you want to make a business from scratch, it will be even harder and it takes a longer time than others. Life is already hard. And sometimes because we see other people are thriving at our age, we automatically think that that's the new normal. We have to have our life sorted out by 24. Like it's not at all realistic. Like, yeah, we have to be smart because we're 24. Like, we're not children anymore. But also, it's okay to not have everything figured out because I can assure you that some people, even at older age, they don't even have their lives all figured out. So, it's totally fine. You're not alone. Like, this new normal is crazy to think about it, actually. Like, I totally get it if you want to hustle and bustle. I encourage you to do that, but also don't forget that we're just starting this whole new experience out. So, it's okay to take a breather and enjoy the moment for a while before continuing whatever it is you're doing. And everyone moves differently. It's a shame if we can't enjoy life while creating it. Sometimes life doesn't come out the way we wanted it to be, but it shows us where we are supposed to be. And I know for sure that where I am right now is exactly where I'm supposed to be. And even better, it's leading me to a path that is for me, that I don't know yet. Trust the process. Don't put that new normal in your head because I think it's quite impossible to have your life sorted out automatically or magically even, especially after you just graduated from school. There's always going to be a process, and unless it's really the work of God that God brings you no struggles and fully equipped in life, then you got the lottery. You know, yesterday I was thinking a lot about this question, and the question is, what would the 10-year-old me think of the 23 years old me right now? Is it similar to the one that I imagine it to be, or is it completely different? It definitely took me a while to answer this question, but after a long reflection, I think the little me would be really happy to see where I am right now. Like me living in New York, and I have a great relationship with my family, my siblings. Also, I'm in a healthy relationship. I'm even doing my master's degree. And I truly couldn't believe
my life actually. It unravels itself and it becomes into this beautiful life that I never would have imagined. Like, I'm literally living my dream. Literally. And I feel good to actually rewind and reflect all of those stuff because I think she would be really proud, and I'm happy I'm doing this podcast now. I used to write down all of the things that I want to do or what I hope to do every new year, but I haven't done that for quite a long while now. So I think I need to get back at it and probably upgrade it into a vision board since I've never done that before too. And I think it will be really lovely to actually visualize what I want to do and my goals and every little stuff. And next year, hopefully, I can make like what I hope to do versus what actually happened. And I think that would be really helpful to see the growth and to show that life might or might not be going the way that we wanted it to be. I always believe if it's not my path, then it won't be for me, even if it's something that I really want to have in life. But if it's not, then I'm dodging a bullet and it's a blessing in disguise. And when one door closes, another door opens. And most of the time, it's even more beautiful than the one that we closed. If your birthday is also in December, happy birthday to you. To us, it's such an amazing month. We're unlocking a new number together. I hope you're surrounded with love and that you try something new this year because life is just too short not to try new stuff. That's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this one, let me know in the comments, or you can also rate the podcast. It truly means a lot. Doing this podcast is a lot of work, but also so much fun for me, and I love talking to you every week. New episodes every Thursdays on all platforms. Follow at Dear Nobody Podcast on Instagram. And if you want to send us an anonymous letter, it's going to be through the link in our bio. Happy December, loves. I hope you have a beautiful start to the last month of 2025. I truly cannot believe it's the last month of 2025. Oh my God. This is the last episode of me being 23 years old. And wow, it's it's actually insane though. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you next week when I turned 24. Bye.